I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Everybody, it's Queepoo and I'm back with another video. So in this video I'm just gonna, I'm coming out of my little retirement or whatever for the sake of addressing a few slanderers, and it just kind of makes no sense. I was kind of just done with the whole YouTube thing. I got a certain amount of followers, got a lot of people coming to my channel. I was spreading all of these truths and stuff like that. And YouTube and we in the Zoop, we're in the bottom half of almighty nature, and people don't want to have the truth come out, so they try to block it as much as they can. So that answers why my channel was gone. We're just at a time where deception is ruling and the truth is coming out slower than the deception. And it's being accepted slower than deception as well. So, just for Mr. Charles out there saying that, oh, the reason why, y'all channels got taken down was because of the Zupu forces and blah, whatever, man. The whole, you just have nothing better to talk about but be at home all day thinking about another man, which is completely strange and awkward to me, because I'm definitely not at home thinking about you, and anybody that I know personally is not thinking about you, and nor do we even know you personally. So you're a weirdo. I'm also going to be addressing Earl. I'm going to be addressing Kansu. And if I think of anything else or anybody else, I'll just include it in the video. So I know that it's been a while since y'all seen me, but this has to be addressed, because at this point it's like, okay, how many more videos are you gonna make being weirdos and creeps, just stalking people's pages? And Earl, you make a new YouTube channel and a new Facebook every couple of months. Ain't you like 60 years old, still worrying about what people younger than you are doing? It's really weird and it's insane. Like, something's really wrong with y'all. Y'all all need to go check in to a mental asylum. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the main slanderer and weirdo of them all, Mr. Charles Agee. So I'm gonna address some things that he was saying, and I'm gonna only use your own words against you in this video. I'm not gonna sit here and make nothing up. I don't need a little chart, a little board putting people's names on it, making up lies like a lot of you do. Yeah, like that's all y'all doing. I'm gonna use your own words against you, all of you, to show how much of liars all of you are, and how you guys are not credible in the case of the Nawapians, or even in the case of Nunabus. So just keep watching. Okay, so now I'm gonna address this this topic well, in reference to some things that Mr. Charles D has said in the past, and how it's biting him in the behind, in the present, and he just can't accept these facts. So let's take a look. It says, in fact, this is what Nawapian's been doing all along, really not following what our books say, or even the messenger. He's speaking in reference to noon science here, okay? You are not exempt from following or adhering to what the pages say. So that includes you as well, Mr. Charles. That includes you as well. The books talk about smoking and drinking and how it's not good for the body and things like that, and you do it faithfully. You even called your name. You call yourself Grand Kush. So, and you make sure you high in every video that you make about people spitting ignorance. The books also say not to make threats, and threats aren't something that should be tolerated. But here, you literally threatened somebody for being intelligent. You're weird for that. And you even you made the statement that he's not even doing anything to you or feeling a way about anything. They just think they're so intelligent. So that bothers you so much that you want to put your hands and feet on somebody. That means that you're going against your own statement. You said you are not exempt from following or adhering to what the pages say. And you always put in noon science and the little hashtags and stuff when you make videos or post pictures. So what makes you exempt? Please let me know. And also that goes into, if somebody does something to you, the after effect has to be some form of balancement. If somebody is just naturally and more intelligent than you are, putting hands on them is not an equal balancement for a consequence because you're a hater. That doesn't make any sense. So we're going to listen to this clip that he's saying, this threat towards Tarnoon because he feels that Tarnoon thinks he's too intelligent. How about you just give the man the props and give credit where it's due? That's what all of y'all clowns love to do. Y'all get the information, then y'all discredit where y'all got it from, then y'all discredit Afro Uno, then y'all just discredit the whole science and turn it into some cult nonsense. And then the Nawapians, y'all take the information and plagiarize it after y'all said Afro Uno wasn't real, then you put them in your bookstore, which I physically went to and took video footage of. So all of y'all are not credible sources when it comes to facts or any information dealing with new science or just facts about certain people in general, especially when you never even met any of us. You're weird. So let's listen to this clip.
And we got to understand these black devils. Now when it comes down to Tarnoon, just another Garofalo bear, man, that just, like I was telling my mate, man, since I've been growing up, man, it's always been one spirit, man, that just like to tempt me and like to talk shit from a distance, man. And you know what I'm saying, to the point where you want to put your hands on them, and it's not you want to put your hands on him because the guy is just bothering you like that, like you can't take it. And it's not you want to put your hands on him because the guy is just bothering you like that, like you can't take it. It's not that, it's just the ignorance. When you think you fucking intelligent, man.
So don't blow it. Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
So now we're going to look into another comment that Mr. Charles has made. And he said the instructor of Nawapian rituals. Bring that Dr. MKY Jelly. He's talking about your teacher, Dr. York. These is for the Nawapians sitting here that going to this clown to team up with him to talk about people that he doesn't know and that y'all don't know. So you guys are all ignorant. You're still following somebody, and y'all don't see that he's using y'all to be his mouthpiece because he's full of hatred and dislike for people that he doesn't even know, because he sees the work being done while he's sitting at home like Tommy from Martin with no job, taking care of his kids and being taken care of by his woman. and hitting the gym here and there, smoking weed all day, doing nothing, sitting here at home thinking about a man that has nothing to do with him or his existence, makes no sense. And we're going to go into this because he keeps talking about how we are possessed by moon spirits. First of all, or Zupu spirits. This is what he says. First of all, spirit beings are in everyone in the Zoop, in the bottom half of existence. If you read Noon Science, you are aware of that. You are possessed by a spirit being. It doesn't matter. It could be a good spirit, a bad spirit, or both. The books say this. So for somebody that's saying that we need to adhere to the books, why are you not adhering to that? So what, do you have a Nupu spirit? Nupu is not spiritual. It's mental energies. Has nothing to do with spirit beings. So this is what I'm talking about when y'all are repeating stuff and trying to, turn everything into a Dr. York book, when Noon Science is not formed that way. It's not formed to be spooky the way that y'all are making it. And the fact that you at home every day thinking about another man while you have a wife, a woman at home, it tells kind of what kind of weird spirit you got, Mr. Charles. Who's at home? What man is at home thinking about another man to make videos about every day and recruiting Nuwapians or other slow individuals to speak and slander against this person's name? You even said that this one spirit, this one person, is basically irking your nerves to the point where you want to put hands because they think they're intelligent. That says a lot about you as an individual. You're a weirdo. So anyway, so back to what he said here. He said that this is the instructor of Nuwapian rituals. This here is somebody named Juliana Huxtable. I hope I'm saying the name right. Who is a transgendered Nuwapian. They claim to be transgender. They call themselves a queer of Nuwapian something. I'll include a section of the article here. So for you to say that we're possessed by moon spirits or Zupu spirits, remember the moon reproduces hermaphrodite spirits. So here's an example of a Nuwapian who's transgender, which would be possessed by hermaphrodite spirits. So you are confirming what we've all been saying, whether we like each other or not, or know each other or not. We've all been confirming that the Nuwapian cult includes hermaphroditism, hermaphrodite spirit beings, and all of that stuff. You've confirmed it right in this image, and you put a picture of the person. So it says a lot about your intellect. And the crazy thing is, all of y'all keep saying, oh, so why did all of these people join the cult and then they left, and now they going against York, yada 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 yada. But look at your statement and look at what you're saying. Who would want to join a cult or stay within a cult that represents things like this? So if you decide that you're a Nuwapian, this is who you represent, Charles. Right here, this is who you represent. You and your master teacher, Dr. York. Alright? Moving forward. Alright, so here we go. Here's another statement by Mr. Charles, and him talking about Afro Unu and how Afro Unu didn't do this, just discrediting the original author. But you said right here, Afro Unu says Nupu made itself known to him in 1962. The date on this, which is the Bible Interpretations and Explanations Booklet 1, it says the date on this is 1967, which is 5 years later. Doc didn't write until the 70s. He said this. So how could Doc have written the BIAE booklets when he didn't start writing until the 70s? And let me add this in here, because Kansu, he keeps trying to speak in reference to Afro Unu, Dr. York, the Nuwapians, all of this stuff. And you've only been in the game dealing with this conversation since 2016. You said it yourself. I'll drop the screenshot. So you're late in the game. So what's the point of even trying to represent something that you have no knowledge on? But I'm going to get into your contradictions in a minute, Council. Alright, so it says Doc then right into the 70s. Who do you think the author is? According to the date, Doc is out. That means that he's eliminated. He's not even an option. He's not a choice. The only info that continuously changed with errors was York's. So this is Mr. Charles saying this. He's not saying anything we all haven't said before. So for him to be coming at everybody else, even some people that doesn't even know him or has ever even mentioned this man's name, never made a video, nothing. As long as they're a Noonie Boo that does not support York, he feels some type of way about them. That means that you're at home being a weirdo. Like, who does that? Who's at home hating somebody they don't know because they don't like York? Or because they produce works more than you, faster than you, and more intelligent than you? It makes no sense.
You need to give it up. You know what I'm saying? You need to go over there with Lord Abba and just go put your fans on and go be a noble true Ali worshiper.
So now we're going to get into the real Nuwaubian blackface, Khonsu. Alright? So this man, he claims that he's mixed, that he's part black, or whatever the case may be, but we know that when it comes to reproduction with mixed individuals, the child does not always come out dominantly African, and that's the reality of when you mix your seed. You are a reproduction of two opposite races, according to you, and you did not come out with woolly hair, so you are not an African. That's it. There's no argument with that. And the fact that Charles is even entertaining this dude and he's claiming black and you don't question that, Charles, that makes you just as ignorant as the person that's saying it. You're so focused on trying to take down Tarnoon, which is never going to happen, that you're not focusing on the fact that people are being deceptive that are around you, that you're giving information to and photos and things like that, when you're allowing them to continue their deceit. So what are you talking about? That makes no sense. So this is just, I'm just going to show and prove to the African people working with Khonsu and the African Nuwaubians to show that this man does not like African people, nor does he claim African in certain situations where he's going to benefit if he doesn't call himself African. And this is all about him getting his face out there. The same thing that Charles is trying to do, trying to get his face out there by using lies and slander and a whiteboard and markers, but no facts, no evidence, nothing. That's all they're trying to do. So let's look at this Nuwaubians and Nuwaubian supporters and Dr. York lovers, all of y'all. He said, listen up, pseudos. America is not Egypt, nor is it West Africa. Now carry on. So when York created Tamaray in Georgia, Tamaray is Egypt, right? So that means that Dr. York creating Egypt in America is pseudo according to Khonsu. So, come on, this isn't even about what I think about this. This is the fact that he's going against the teachings and your teacher and what he has done. There's plenty of images I could show of Tamaray in America. And it's a fact. West Africa and Egypt is not America. That's a well-known fact. But the fact that you're saying that as a Nawabian and a Dr. York supporter, it goes against the teachings. So Nawabians and Mr. Charles, since you want to be in this man's face trying to recruit mixed breed Nawabians, why are y'all not asking these questions? Why are y'all not checking these people's information and the things that they are saying? The reason behind that is because y'all have nothing to offer. Y'all can look at everybody else. We making books. We doing all these different things. We running our own businesses. We're not out here worrying about y'all and Dr. York. I haven't made a Dr. York video in so long, but now I'm back to speak on my behalf because y'all can't keep my name and my circle out of your mouth. So I'm here to show y'all who these people really are. So here we look here. He says, if you wasn't in the triad on the land or in Doc's top circle of people, who 90% of them are no longer affiliated with the tribe, that says a lot about this cult. Why is everybody leaving? Then he says, then you really have no clue what happened on the land or with the nation and what led to its demise. So that's the point right there. If that's the case, Consul, what you have to say about Dr. York is all fake then, because you didn't start your fight for Dr. York until 2016, like you said. That means you was not in Doc's top circle or on the land. And that means that the people that all were on the land getting abused by Dr. York as children are more credible than you, because they were there. They were literally there for years being abused by this man. But all y'all want to do is make books about slanderers. How about y'all make books to help children that were being abused? How about y'all give healing, to help heal people who have been through trauma, through child abuse? Y'all not going to do that because your cult supports it. There's so many people that speak out about Nawabians that talk about either seeing or experiencing abuse by older men, including Dr. York. So this is showing, I'm showing y'all that this dude is not in it for Nawabians. Remember, this is a black organization. And he's calling himself the real Nawabian. Not one of the real Nawabians. He's calling himself the real Nawabian. So he thinks he's the only real Nawabian. When Dr. York said that Nawabians were Africans. So that even goes against the teachings. Then on top of that, he's sitting here basically saying that if you wasn't in the land or in his top circle, you have no clue what happened on the land. So you yourself have no clue what happened on the land or anything like that. What you're trying to do is make a name for yourself, and it's not working because we see through it. Now, if we look at this comment, he says Mexicans have taken advantage of the black man's laziness and bombarded the whole damn construction industry. This is what he's saying. He's saying that black men are lazy and Mexicans have taken over. First of all, we already know how it is in America when dealing with getting jobs or anything of that matter. It's always going to be harder, and especially with Biden allowing all these immigrants to come in, is going to allow more black people to lose jobs while immigrants begin to gain the jobs that we lose, along with artificial intelligence and robots and things like that. These little machines and things, they help to like drive now and deliver food to people. It's all going to take jobs. For him to even say this makes no sense, because not all black men are this way, but the American society and the American governments and things like that have been made to make sure that black men can't get as far as other races of people. And he should know that, because he's not a black man himself. So I'm pretty sure he hasn't experienced any type of racial issues, quote unquote, being black, as he claims. because he's not black. So let's take a look at the comments on underneath this post. So in response to this post that this individual had made, a guy named Jamal had responded, and Kansu says, "It's crazy. I be trying to get N-words jobs for real. They don't want to work." And the post was talking about black men being lazy. Now he's calling them N-words, and he quote-unquote is trying to get them jobs. Who knows how true this is as far as him getting people to work, but the fact that he's using this type of terminology just shows that he can care less about African people. So all of you working with this individual is just giving him a pass, and it just doesn't make any sense. You know, I don't get offended when racist people use racist terms, because it just shows that they're racist. Racism exists. It's not something that's created. It's installed within individuals. You can either be a one-sided racist or an equal racist. He's a one-sided racist because he only cares about himself and his and this fake fame that he's trying to get off of using the topic of Nubians, when this is extremely old stuff that we're going back and forth about. You're late in the game and you want us to follow you around, and then you guys even making books like we agreed to debate. We didn't agree to debate any of you because we already debated you guys. We're done. We're done. Y'all got smoked. Your teacher's gonna die in jail, and that's just gonna be end of that. Y'all have to accept your own reality. That's it. Now, if we look here, this is some more things that were said underneath the same post. He said, "When I get to a job site, I be praying to see some brothers, but I never do. Just me and my half-black ASS." So somebody says, if you work hard, they'll respect you, but don't mess with their sister. He said, they all think I'm Mexican anyway, I blend right in. The other person says, yeah, you speak Spanish, they'll invite you home, take advantage. And this is a common case when it comes to mixed individuals. They only claim their black side when they see fit, or they'll claim their non-black side when it benefits them. When it comes to struggle, they claim the black side. When it comes to benefits or financial gain, they don't claim the black side. So in this case, dealing with the Nubians, he sees a struggle and a fight that Nubians are going through in reference to trying to get their master teacher out. Whether they want to accept that he's not coming home or not, it's not even the case. It's the fact that he sees an opportunity, and this is what most mixed people do. They switch what they want to claim based on whether or not they could take advantage of a situation, whether it be negative or positive. And that's not all mixed individuals, but a lot of mixed individuals do that. When you see the people out here doing Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, who are half black, they go into this, oh, I'm black, yada 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 yada, because it comes with struggle and it comes with attention to the struggle, and Black Lives Matter is a popular thing and all this other stuff. But then if they go to, if they go get a job, they'll use their lightness and their not so dominant black looking genes to get ahead in life, where black people who are dominantly African have to work harder. So this is a clear case of that. This is why I keep saying you guys are not looking at what is taking place, and y'all just rolling with people, and y'all don't even do background checks. Y'all don't look at who's in your circle, who's around y'all, nothing. Y'all just let people just be on your team as long as it comes with agreeing on hating people that have done nothing to any of you guys. And all of the stuff that y'all doing, all y'all doing is still advertising us. Y'all hate us so much, but y'all still advertising all of us, which still makes us look better. So you can do whatever it is that you choose to do, but y'all not looking at what's really going on here. He even has a photo of himself, and the caption says, me arguing with total strangers on Facebook. So he's doing this purposely. If y'all can't see that, that's completely on y'all. But he's clearly doing this on purpose to get attention. He's not doing this because he actually cares about black people, nor does he care about the Nuwaubian cult and Dr. York, who actually is a dominantly African group. And him even trying to call himself the real Nuwaubian is something that Nuwaubians should have checked a long time ago. You guys are just letting this dude say whatever he wants to say just because he loves York and the cult, allegedly. Y'all have to fact check everything. Y'all want to come and talk about people are slanderers and things like that. Himself calling himself the real Nuwaubian would be considered slander according to the Nuwaubian cult. What about your master teacher? So Nuwaubians, Dr. York is the fake Nuwaubian then. Y'all have to look at the things that are being said here. That's the whole point. And from a Nunibu perspective, Nuwaubians don't exist. There's no such thing as a person named Nuwapu or Nuwaubian. So that's pseudo on its own. But the fact that y'all believe Nuwaubians are individuals and he's saying he's the only real one, y'all should have checked that a long time ago. But that's what happens when y'all so ignorant and y'all not seeing what this man is doing and how he's trying to play y'all and use a black organization to gain followers and this fake respect that he thinks he's going to get. Nobody's going to respect you because you're faking it. Nature is going to handle most of y'all. I don't have to keep going back and forth making tons of videos against y'all because it's a waste of time, and nature's going to handle y'all anyway. But I'm still going to speak on my behalf since y'all just can't stand to not mention anybody who doesn't support York. We don't have to support him. Where does it say we have to follow him? Where does it say we have to accept his teachings? Y'all don't have to accept Noon Science. Y'all don't have to accept that Afro Uno wrote the books. But the facts are still going to exist. We're not forcing you to accept anything. So that's it. Now, if we look here, this is a picture of Kansu and his mother when he was younger. Let me just throw this out here now. His mother is completely innocent when it comes to the debate. She has nothing to do with this. But this is I'm using this picture as a reference point. And this is going to be based on Dr. York's teachings, and that's what the focus is. The teachings and the information that this cult is using and how the individuals who follow this cult contradict it. Okay? So here he says, happy solar return to my goddess creator. Without you, there would be no me. So clearly, his mother is not of African descent. And he has, of course, dominantly taken more of her genes than his father's because he does not grow genuinely kinky hair out of his head by nature. And that's just that, right? So let's go into Dr. York and things that he has said. See, here he says, white people are the devil. They say Nuwaubians are not racist. Bullcrap. I am. White people are devils. Always was, always will be. So, what is, if I was a non-African individual and my offspring joined a cult that disrespected non-African individuals, I would then question my child, like, what is your motives? Why are you in a cult that, wouldn't respect people like your mother? You see where I'm going with this? It makes no sense. You joining this cult is not only a disrespect to half of your genes, but it's also a disrespect to your mom. See, none of that makes sense. Let's look at something else Dr. York has said. He said, we are the indigenous people of these shores. He's talking about African people. Before the settlers from Europe came to these shores, spreading their way of life, their filth, and religion. He said, white people are the devil. They say Nuwaubians are not racist. Bullcrap. I am. White people are the devils. Always was, always will be. Dwight York from his lecture, Egypt and the Mask of God. Then it says Christianity is merely a tool used by the devil, the pale man, to keep you, the Nubian, black man, woman and child, blind to your true heritage and perfect way of life, Islam. It is another means of slavery. Dwight York, Santa or Satan, The Fallacy of Christmas, undated essay. So the point is, your teacher has made a lot of comments that can become really, 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 really easy to question. And you, as a half-black individual with a completely one of your parents is completely non-black, you know, what are your motives here? Because that's something that the Nuwaubian Code has always enforced, that they did not like non-Africans. And many Nuwaubians have even come into our Noon versus Wu Nuwap group and disrespected other non-African peoples multiple times and said they didn't have the right to speak because they were not black. So why did you join a cult that says that white people are devils and disrespect other races of people, while you're mixed and you have a parent that is not African? So that says a lot about you, and it says a lot about what your motives are in this cult. So the last clown I'm going to be addressing is Earl Dakins, or Dakins, whatever your name is. There's really not much I have to say. You're just weird. You open new YouTube channels and new Facebook pages just to watch what we're doing when you're like 60-something years old. On top of that, this also goes into the things I was just reading about what Dr. York was saying, when you're dating somebody that's also mixed, which York has said multiple times that non-African people are the devil and all these other things like that. So you're going against your teachings too, and Garu is sitting there feeding you all this information, but he's not questioning anything about what you do either. That's the whole point. Y'all are trying to accept each other's deception while trying to look for deception that doesn't exist over here. We're not trying to deceive people using non-science. The only deceivers are y'all. So y'all sitting here writing all these books and doing all these things, y'all are completely wasting your time. The craziest thing is, y'all so focused on what Noonie Boos are doing. What happened to freeing your master teacher? What happened to all of that? Did y'all lose hope and y'all just not admitting it? Because at this point, y'all worried about the wrong things. And if for those that study Noon Science, y'all know the cataclysm is coming. Y'all know that it's time to not focus so much on debating. The facts are there. They have always been there. Whether people want to accept it or not, that's on them. There's bigger fish to fry. There's more things that we need to be worrying about, and I'm sure not worried about some little fake Dr. York cronies that think they know it all and are the best Nuwaubians and Nuwaubian supporters on the planet with the best intelligence, when that is completely insane. So that's about it. Earl, you're too old to be sitting around here stalking everybody's pages, making new YouTube channels to comment under everybody's page and trying to find a way in the Noon Science group and doing all of this weird stuff. Like, if we're not bothering y'all, which Charles already admitted that nobody's saying anything to y'all to basically give y'all a reason to hate us, y'all just have a natural form of hate in y'all because we're doing more than you. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. So Charles sitting here saying, oh, y'all have nothing to show for, that's a lie. You have nothing to show for but slanderous videos about men that you don't like. That's it. So you focus on yourself, because this is, at this point, it's ridiculous. Earl, you need to find something better to do. And Konsu, Nuwaubians, y'all need to be checking him. We don't have to check somebody that has nothing to do with us. Well, but what we will do is clear up any deception that's being said. But a lot of the things that Konsu is doing as a Nuwaubian is going against y'all teachings. So why are y'all not checking him? Why do our Noonie Woos always speaking out against the things that these people do, and y'all don't check the people within your cult? Y'all looking for debates, but y'all not looking for truth coming from the people in your cult. That's the problem. And you have to learn how to debate. Y'all can't debate just talking and just making stuff up about people with no facts. So I don't think I'm going to do a part 2 of this video. It's honestly a waste of my time. But that's it. This is my last little message to y'all until further notice. True peace in war times.